Life has a way of humbling us. Our bodies grow fragile, routines change, and sometimes we find ourselves unable to do what we once did. For the homebound believer, that sense of loss can be deeply personal. But Psalm 23:1 was not written from the mountaintop. It was written from the valley. David was in the midst of hardship, but he still proclaimed from that place, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." Why? Because he had a shepherd who walked with him through it all, and so do we. The shepherd's fourfold care. Number one, he provides. David didn't say he had everything he wanted. He said he had everything he needed. I shall not want means the shepherd's provision is enough. When I was healing, I wanted quick relief. Instead, God gave me strength for each day. He sent people who cared. He sent moments of rest, and he sent peace I could not explain. Psalm 34:10 encourages us, "They that seek the Lord shall not want any good thing." God may not change your situation immediately, but he will give you what sustains your soul. Grace for today, hope for tomorrow, and himself. So if your fridge is emptier than it used to be, if your body aches in ways it never did, remember, your shepherd has not forgotten you. You have what you need in him. Number two, he leads. A good shepherd doesn't push, he leads. He knows where the safe pasture is. Proverbs 3:5-6. It says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart." And it also says that he shall direct our paths. When I was bedbound, I could not walk a single step on my own, but the Lord was leading me, even when it felt like I was going nowhere. The shepherd's leadership isn't always fast, but it is always faithful. So are you still listening for his voice? Because even in stillness, he is guiding. Ask him daily, "Lord, what would you have me do, even here, where I am now?" Number three, he protects. Sheep are vulnerable, which means they are weak and defenseless. And so are we. Without the shepherd, we can do nothing. We are weak and defenseless emotionally, physically, and spiritually. But the shepherd guards us. John 10:11 says the good shepherd gives his life for the sheep. And Isaiah 26:3 reminds us that the shepherd will keep us in perfect peace as long as our minds are focused on him. The Lord isn't passive. He's not watching from a distance. He is standing between you and danger. When you can't sleep, when your heart is anxious, when the enemy whispers lies into your ears, he fights for you. He will bring down those lies with truth. You may feel alone at times, but you are not unguarded. His peace is stronger than fear, and his presence is closer than you might think. Number four, he is with you. This may be the greatest truth of all. Psalm 23:1 begins with, "The Lord is," not just gives or does, but is. His presence is enough. Psalm 46:1 reminds us that God is our refuge and strength and a very present help in trouble. No visitor, no problem. The shepherd is here. No energy to pray out loud, no problem. He hears the groans of your heart. According to John 10:14, he knows you because the shepherd knows his sheep. You are not alone in this room. You are not alone in this body, nor in this moment. The shepherd knows your name and stays by your side. He is still the shepherd. So how do we trust God's provision in hard times? We remember that the shepherd provides when we feel empty. He leads when we feel lost. He protects when we feel vulnerable. And He is with us when we feel alone. Looking back on 2012, I remember the pain, but even more, I remember the presence of the shepherd. I wasn't alone then, and you're not alone now. The shepherd walks with you. God still has a purpose for your life, right where you are. Homebound doesn't mean purposeless. What if you saw this season not as a prison, but as a pulpit? You can still pray for others. You can still call or write someone who's hurting. You can still share your story. You can still speak life into those around you. So this week, ask the shepherd, what can I do for you, even from right here? He will answer. Lord, I thank you that you are our shepherd. For those who feel weak, be their strength. For those who feel forgotten, remind them they are known. For those who feel alone, wrap them in your presence. Give us faith to trust you and courage to live for you. In Jesus' name, amen. If you have never placed your trust in Jesus as your shepherd, today is the day. He knows your name. He gave His life for you, and He invites you to walk with Him today and forever. Stay tuned for Sermon 2, focused on Psalm 23, verses 2 and 3. The title, Comforted, Peace for the Weary Soul. The theme, God's rest and restoration in seasons of exhaustion and waiting. Be blessed in the Lord. Amen.